virgin. I said first of all that I don't know how to mediate that value dichotomy. With Marion. That's like a question. Wasn't somebody being asked, David?